more creative regarding our funding to ensure that these kind of things, you know, are reduced to the barest minimum.
All right. Let me bring to you something that's heartwarming. Might not really clear the sore taste in the mouth, but of course, it's heartwarming. We all know about one of Nigeria's medal hopefuls, talking about a lady wrestler that did so well last year, did so well this year as well. Talking about Adekuroye, that's Odunayo Adekuroye. She's going to travel to India for a tournament. She's the only African, I think, invited for that prestigious competition, and she's one of our medal hopefuls. Julian, talk about that quickly. I'm so happy for her at the way things have turned out for her. And she's going to be there. Hopefully she gets the chance to rub shoulders with the best in the world. And she's being seen as one of the athletes that can really put us on that medal table in Rio. She has also already qualified, by the way.
And she has also joined a team in the Indian Super League. That's Mumbai team. And
that's what she's going for.
Exactly. And I think it's a very good one for her. It gives her that bit of exposure that we always crave for, because she's going to a very big tournament, just like the Olympics next year. So she needs all the exposure in the world to do herself and the nation proud as well. So I think it's a very good achievement. Let's just hope that she can gather this sort of experience and exposure that she might require to ensure that at least she's one of our medal hopefuls, just like you said. So it's not yet done and dusted. She should not be complacent at this point. She should know that Nigerians obviously are wishing her the best and also hoping that she can, bring us medal. We've seen that with Blessing Okagbare. Whenever we put all our hopes on her, she returns back with, no medal to show for it. So I just hope that we shouldn't put more pressure on this young lady. She's just 21 years of age, so perhaps the pressure could just come into her that stage fright and all of that. So, but let's just hope that if she's properly encouraged,
and supported,
I feel she will do well.
Tunde, I would love to see this in Rio.
I love to see this celebration in Rio.
Just watch out for this. I love this.
I was actually at the Commonwealth Games.
Yeah.
I watched this live, so you can imagine how the whole. I'm still having goosebumps remembering this. A lot of us, a few Nigerian journalists, were all dancing in the stands as well. Thankfully, the camera didn't pick up us because our dances were not exactly as good as this. It was just some wild dancing, actually. But it's very funny when I think of India and wrestling. You think of India women as being dainty, being pretty, being models and stuff, but they actually have a fantastic wrestling program, both for men and women. They actually have a league that runs through the year. Different leagues, different times of the year in different cities. And she's joining a club in this league, in one of these leagues, in order to remain competitive.
For real.
It's tremendous. How she managed to do this, I don't know. I'm sure it must go down to the efforts of the federation, plenty of input by Daniel Igali, the president, as well. This will only keep her competitive towards the ultimate aim of getting a medal in Rio. Without a shade of doubt, this is one of our strongest medal hopefuls, because in the world today, I think she's in the top 5, top 10 in her category as well, which means that she's probably one of the people that a lot of people are watching out for in Rio, especially in Nigeria. So when people continue to place emphasis on the frail shoulders of Blessing Okagbare, people should remember that there's an Odunayo Adekuroye who is capable of doing equally as well for Nigeria.
Okay. All right. So we hope that we'll get to see this again, and it's going to be in Rio. And she's going to be staying where she was, right there, winning gold, beautiful dance steps and all. And we'll see more Nigerians joining her and winning gold. Guys, let's spend the remaining part of the program and talk about an athlete that probably some will say it's the best part of his life is behind him. Talking about Oscar Pistorius. So, Tunde, can you quickly put us through the updates for today, from bad to worse?
Yeah.
For Oscar Pistorius.
Well, would you say bad to worse? I'm not really sure, but he's been granted bail by a South African court, and the bail conditions are absolutely crazy.
Yeah.
He cannot leave. He'll be under house arrest at his uncle's house where he currently is. He cannot leave. He can only leave that place, that house, between 7 a.m. and 12 noon. He will also be fixed with an electronic tag anytime he goes out, and he cannot go anywhere beyond the 12-mile radius of that house. So it's crazy, the kind of conditions. But at least Oscar, I'm sure Oscar will prefer that than being...
It's just like living in prison without bars. It's like living in prison without bars. That's what it sounds to me.
I think there's a lot of restrictions in here. As much as it's not behind bars right now, it's almost likely.
He can have visitors.
I think the good thing about it is that he won't be spending the Christmas period, in prison. But for Oscar, 29 years of age, and last week was 1 week you won't forget in a hurry. I mean, from manslaughter now to now to murder, and the minimum amount of years he can spend is 15 years, and for a man who is 29 years, if he spends 15 years, he's 44, and I'm very sure when he comes out,
sporting career,
exactly, his life will never remain the same. So for Oscar, let's just see what the Constitutional Court would do, but between now and next year, he will be in his uncle's house under house arrest. But whether or not he would be praying, hoping that it's overturned, but the Constitutional Court, really does not have that right to overturn, the verdict of a lower court. So that, makes it more difficult for him at this point. I would not want to say I wish him all the best, because for what he did, it's really very bad for Oscar.
Okay. All right, let's talk about this guy. I mean, we've said enough already, but we just have to continue saying it. We have to celebrate our own. Quadri, in your picture, the man stays well. I'm very proud with what I've done in 2015. I'm proud to be among the best 50 table tennis players in the world. Some would say probably a step down from his achievement last year. Climbing is easier than staying up. I don't know if you agree, Julian.
I think it's a very good achievement for him, at least. When you talk about the best 50 tennis players right now, you would mention Quadri, and just like you said, it's very difficult, getting to the top, but staying there, because falling there, you can just have a bad tournament and then you have a free fall. So I think for Quadri, it's very important he stays there, and we also wish that it goes up at least top 10, top 20 won't be a bad idea, and so you'll be able to rub shoulders with the best right there in Africa, the likes of Umasa and all that. So I think it's a good achievement for him, and let's just hope 2016 will be a better year. Perhaps a top 10, top 20 finish will not be a bad one for him.
All right, let me quickly put you on the spot today before we go. How many more Nigerians, table tennis players, do you see getting close with the efforts the Federation is putting? Do you think getting close to I don't know, is it just about talent or support?
The talent can only take you so far. You really need a tremendous amount of support, both from your federation and from a lot of your personal efforts as well. Yeah. We talk about Omar Asa, who has a personal coach himself. We talk about Omar Asa, who develops himself outside Egypt, not even within the Egyptian setup. So I hope with the kind of investments that the Federation is making in creating more local circuits, unearthing new players, that this might become a reality in the nearest future. Okay, so we wish him all the best and wish the Federation all the best as well, that they'll be able to produce more stars for Nigeria. Well, let me just quickly tell you that Real Madrid are 4 goals up, games currently going on as we speak. No changes apart from that. Real Madrid 4 goals up against Malmo. All right, that's where we leave it on the show today. We hope that you've enjoyed everything that we've brought to you today. Join us again tomorrow. We'll take you on a trip across the money-spinning world of sport. I'm Yemi Adebayo. Enjoy the rest of your day. Bye-bye now.